wondering what you'll be telling Nigerians this time around. Because based on what your party promised,
let me tell you
what they are facing right now, the renewed hope that
what are they facing right now?
Are they saying it?
Okay, yes, they are.
You
need to change your lesson. I found that last time I went to see my doctor, he told me that my eyes are repaired. I don't need to wear the same specification. So the last time I was here, just before last December, you told me about Nigerians are suffering price of things. You, Shehu, play back. You accuse the correct government of which I am a part because I am in the National Assembly and I'm APC man. That price of rice is now above minimum wage. You said so. Today, price of rice, a minimum wage can almost buy in Imo State 2 bags.
When articles matter comes up, especially when those who feel that if there is a pairing of an Atiku and a Peter Obi, your government of APC and your party is in trouble, and the return might evidently be a mirage.
But this is your problem. You are one of these most seasoned TV hosts. How can you so easily forget your recent history? I can play back your comments when you are talking as if something new. Did Atiku not run with Obi before? And contest against APC. Were they not defeated?
Is a different scenario.
I don't know about what the difference. But you are suggesting wait.
Over 6 million votes of Obi.
Throw any number you want to throw. But the point is that when these two ran together, they were roundly defeated by APC. So why are you suggesting if the two now, what they did before, what happened? So you are the one who is recycling history. They have a history of being defeated together, and they have a history of being defeated apart. They ran together, they were defeated. They ran separately, they were defeated. So if they come back together, very good. They will still be defeated.
The scenarios are different.
Just remember,
you see, 2015,
you also have to be careful not to contradict yourself.
No. There are trends in political dynamics. In 2015, the vote of your candidate was different from 2019. He got a lesser full vote in 2019. It's still the same candidate. It's still Muhammad Buhari.
That is not correct. Now I got you. I got you.
He got a lesser vote. I can put a figure for you.
Buhari had 3 million more votes because I was the chairman by 2019. Check the figures. Buhari had 3 million votes. That is run out.
The question I'm asking.
So that's not correct.
Is that your party got a lesser vote?
But wait,
it has lesser vote.
Okay, can I answer it differently?
Okay, go ahead.
If your argument is based on the fact that situations are dynamic, that dynamism is restricted to opposition, is not also valid for the government of the day.
But look at what
the forces. Excuse me.
Look at what your party got in 2023.
Wait. I have had many things. By 2019, how many governors did APC had? By 2023, how many governors did we have? How many governors did we have in ACN? I was the only non-PDP governor in the South by 2012 to 2016 when I left office. What is it today? So that dynamism don't suggest as if it favors what it. I think it's now more battle wearied. When you don't forget, my background is textile and garment. When a fabric is weak and you keep sewing it, at a point it makes sense to throw it away.
How does that?
This man you are worrying about that you are wasting precious airtime. It's not electable. People with 2 addresses. After election, you go to Dubai. At the end of election, you come to find out who is paying visit to a bereaved family. You are trivialized.
But there's one person that you also respect his voice. Oh. Interestingly, you belong to an unofficial association, and that's Nasir El-Rufai. That man has warned you and your party and said, "Look,
you want me?
I'm talking about APC." And he said, "Look, your party
is APC."
He has left. He's in ADC now.
I see.
Nasir El-Rufai. Yeah, he has left. Former governor of Kaduna.
Okay.
Your very good friend.
Very good friend, yes.
He's left. And he says that in 2027, that the APC and Bola Tinubu should start packing their things after the presidential and they will send the president back to Lagos.
It's okay. So that would be nice. So the president doesn't need to pay for any effort to go to Lagos. He will put him on his back. Or you also have to play back what El-Rufai had said about Atiku Abubakar.
See, I beg. May I not feel laughing. May you please take your time. Listen to this video from Oshiomhole. You know Oshiomhole. Oh God, Baba. Some people too they lie. In fact, it's like it gives some people joy when they lie. And what they are lying about, it is obvious that this thing is a lie. But yes, you just have to do it for the sake of party's sake, for the sake of your parties, for the sake of you want your party to win. I understand, but sometimes these things are not necessary. Nigerians could see. You come to any of the media houses to report, to speak about issues in your favor or in favor of your political party. There's no problem. You speak for yourself. You speak for the party. You did not speak, or your speak. Whatever you say, your speech does not change the reality on the street. It does not change anything. It does not pull money in people's bank account. It does not. And as it is now, there are some people in this country now, APC make us to understand that this is who they are. There are some people you cannot bank on their statements. You can't take their statements to the bank and expecting to get something in return. No. Do you understand? So those kind of people, they are in APC, especially under this government. So this is a country where you see somebody turning black to white in your front and telling you that, hey, because your eyeglasses is not good, that's why you are not seeing it well. This thing is white. But you could see this thing is black. Your eyes are not blind. But they just want to force you to believe in what they think, not what you see, which is very wrong. Do you understand? At the end of the day, some gullible Nigerians who do not care, as far as if you believe, don't worry, I will settle you, I will give you this, just believe, say it is true, to convince another person, then it becomes a problem. That's how I could just describe it. Some APC members, what they represent. Now take your time, listen to Oshiomhole, what he said on this video, then we'll come back and talk about it. But please don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Now be your guy, run it for me now, subscribe. Let's go.
This is a prophet, whatever he had prophesied for Atiku Abubakar, and what he has said of PDP and all the other political parties, what he has said about all manners of, so leave that one.
Let me take you to the issue.
Now I need to remind you that we didn't win Kaduna in other RFI. We didn't win Kaduna.
As well as you lost Lagos.
We didn't win Kaduna, yeah. So, and yet we won. Yes, we won.
This time around, what gives you the assurance that there is a possibility that APC has a chance?
You know, people like us, first I live in Kaduna, I'm a Kaduna guy. If I let me say I'm a Kaduna boy, and very soon I'm going to Kaduna to attend war function. As a Kaduna boy, it's easy to hear from the street that the major issue that has bogged down Kaduna development for a long time, namely the semi division which politicians have exploited between Southern Kaduna and Northern Kaduna, the new governor has woven them together. He has shown that a Muslim can associate with Christian by leading by example, right? And Christians have shown that Muslims have also shown that they can be at peace with Christians by the sort of thing they do now in Kaduna. Kaduna return to peace. Those religious bigots, they are retreating, and they also begin to enjoy the benefit of a increasingly unified state. I watched from channel how many people were being killed in Kaduna. From you were hosting people to explain how as Kaduna, the capital of former northern Nigeria, a peaceful city, we used to call it a no man where there's no emir, no oba, no nothing. Christian Muslim, everybody, it suddenly became what it became, even when my dear friend was there. But the good narrative now is that place is peaceful. But so happy doesn't mean there is no spikes from time to time.
Because you are one of those who with a lot of energy speak about your party on the podium during the campaign.
From over 105,000 and I bought, now I can buy it for 50,000. If you are not seeing that, change the lenses.
I've actually reported.
Number two.
I've actually reported.
No, number two.
And I have the details there.
Yeah. It bears repeating. Or the Tinubu assume office, many Nigerian children who are talented because of the economic circumstances of their parents, they have admission to university, they couldn't go. Or if they went, they drop out. The Tinubu has reinvented, not really the invention, because all over the world, this is the way society balance, the gap between the rich and the poor by introducing a facility called student loan, which is accessible by all manners of students across the length and breadth of Nigeria. You are not seeing that? Now, in my part of the state, I could not travel from Benin to my village. Sometimes it takes 8 hours because the roads are impassable. I was watching sometimes on your television how trailers fell and people are swimming on the pool. Those roads are being fixed. If you are not seeing that, change your lenses. I could go on and on and on. If you had told me you want to discuss what has changed, renewed hope, I would have mentioned this. Because number three, let me
insignia of Bola Tinubu.
Oh yes.
So because that is not.
I have been there with him from AC to ACN to APC, and to be. In fact, I copied Lagos when I was governor, and I never hid it. I said I copied shamelessly without even acknowledging. Because when I see what works, I copy.
So the reason I'm saying that is that I wonder what you'll be wearing if Nigerians reject your party. And that's why it is not me to be convinced, it's the Nigerian people that you and your party need to convince.
You are not okay as if the dress we wear is like the color of a he-goat or a sheep, that it cannot change. When I was removed as national chairman, did you see me crying? Did you see me change my uniform? Did you see me lose faith in APC? Did you see me organize a press conference to denounce APC? People must have a broader mind. That is why your party I am not an opportunity supporter. Once you submit to a contest, there's a place I made a statement. People try to twist it. Now we speak slowly. Any one of us who is in politics, in a truly democratic setting, one of the things you must be ready to live with is either to celebrate the joy of victory, but also the disappointment arising from defeat. And on this article can be write a lecture. And I know I think you'll be now can write 1 or 2 pages too. You see, I suffered 2 defeats. So you are saying if we lose the fire, I will bear it. The first time I wore Babariga was Asiwaju Aside was, we call him our leader. Was in Lagos when now the first lady said, "Come, this Kaki will not work here. We are doing Mr. President," but then he wasn't president. And I wore the each time I see the Babariga, it just reminded me. So I am not an opportunistic. I will wear this cap, but I know we wear it in victory. You know why? Because if you understand the forces that were deliberately deployed to make APC unelectable, bastardize the economy, change currencies, confiscated the property of Nigerians, who mostly the poor who don't even have bank account. We have several 74 local governments. About half of those local governments don't have banks, and yet we were told if you don't have money in the bank, it'll be confiscated. And I can play back what I said then with the former president in office, that with Tinubu that money will become valid. Today it's valid. So that money is still in circulation. So number 4, let me tell you what big thing that achieved that you must not downplay. We were in a country where if you knew the CBA governor or he chooses to smile at you, you can become a Naira trillionaire or a dollar millionaire. For President Tinubu to come in and say no dual exchange rate anymore, where you buy the money from CBA, you recycle to Aboki in the evening and you become real rich. The courage to do that without saying, you know what, let me first benefit for a month or 2 or for 1 year, then I will change it. From the one, he got rid of it. Even this subsidy people talk about, if you know how much money people appropriated in the name of subsidy, don't forget I was one of those who fought against subsidy consistently. But at a point, when I ran the numbers, I realized that people were now stealing in the name of subsidy. President Bola also decided to continue with that tradition. You know, make some money from the process and okay, tomorrow we stop it. So how can you not see this? If you don't see this, change up. If you already have 4, give me another one.
Give me a moment, Senator. Well, we have a snapshot, of course, which we have reported. The good that we want is things will get better for the Nigerian people. Let me quickly show you what it looked like about before the president got into office, and also what it looked like when he got in, before he got into office, when he got into office, and now. And you can see the improvement on some food items, like rice, for example, at 5,000 before he got into office. A year ago, it was 96,000, but it's come to 70,000. That's 50 kg in some parts of the country. Beans, for example, this was the price that it was 30,000. It went as high as 137,000 about a year ago. A year later, the price has dropped. Palm oil, I don't know what is happening with palm oil. 25 liters, the price seems to be going up instead of going down. Flour, the same thing. There hasn't been a significant change in the pricing compared to when things went really wild the last year. Cement, crates of eggs, and these are the situation of things which we are monitoring and reporting to Nigerians. But we need to take a break, everyone.
I think we are still battling it. Not only that, other various forms of security we are dealing with. But as for some of the statement made, what the only thing I don't understand is that why these former chief of state, former commanders in chief, which presidents represent, why it's only now I realize that they had meetings with Boko Haram leaders, according to President Obasanjo, that their demise were basically not religious as such, not political as such. It was basically about hunger and so on. Really, I thought this is something he should have shared with his party. At that time, he was still the loyal party man, and Boko Haram, he will be remembered, no matter how you twist history, that Boko Haram developed under Obasanjo's leadership.
Under Yar'Adua, actually.
No, under Obasanjo.
It was under Yar'Adua.
No, it depends on the scale you are talking about. When he started, is that on a modest scale?
The death
I forgot the name of this guy. Is it Yusuf?
Yeah, Muhammad Yusuf. The death of under Alimadu Sharif when he was governor.
Okay.
It was at the twilight of
at that time that Alimadu Sharif was governor in NPP. Obasanjo was president in Abuja. Yeah, that is the truth.
Boko Haram's record is about 2009.
Obasanjo was president. President Obasanjo was there when Boko Haram started. That is the truth.
From the record and the timeline, that those who said
when you start
2009 was actually the mark in which you can mark in the Boko Haram emergence.
When a particular incident occurred, when there was a breakout, and then they were talking about somebody who was a commissioner and stuff like that. But my own point is this: if leaders, is a former commanders in chief of the armed forces, have had the opportunity to interact with Boko Haram leaders, why are we searching for them? Which means they know them. What did they do with the information? they needed to wait for, in my opinion, for a book to be published by a former chief of defense staff. Unfortunately, I've not read the book. I don't know what his own account is, because his mandate as chief of defense staff was to terminate Boko Haram. And a lot of resources have been provided for that. I also witnessed, listened to President Jonathan when he said that he found that the Boko Haram people were more armed, were better armed than the Nigerian army. I'm like, really? What should have been the policy response to that? If as a president I found that the enemy is better armed, am I forbidden from acquiring even more sophisticated weapons for the Nigerian armed forces to deal with the ragtag army? My own philosophy is that the leaders should join in lamentation, because those who are hit look up to leaders for solution. When leaders then take turn to lament, I don't know what they want the followers to do. I think as a former commanders-in-chief, they've got to be very careful about what they say. Now, you say that Buhari was asked to negotiate, to represent. No, I didn't think it is. Although again, he said that is not what he meant. But again, it's a goggle word, and it's very, very difficult to take back once you have said it. For me, leaders should know, because I was watching and I tried to interpret President Obasanjo's conclusion. It's about hunger. And that 2011, I was like, who was in office? Who was the president of Nigeria in 2011? Which party? I think that was President Obasanjo's party, the PDP. And the hunger was the reason. And I was like, okay, so this hunger is restricted to that part of the country. There is no hunger in Abeokuta. There's no hunger in Edo. There's no hunger in Kano. There's no hunger in Bauchi. If hunger is it, what is the peculiarity of that hunger? But the thing started in that area and persisted in that area. Well, but if he says that is what he was told, my uncle said that, so our leaders knows these people, the leaders of these people, and they even engage them in conversation. And then we are looking for them. So I don't know the detail. I wish I'm able to read the book so I can see.
I'm particularly worried at the narrative about the seeming lethargy when the Chibok girls were kidnapped, and how politics played a role. Those who have said that if politics had not played a role and the lethargy had not stepped in, perhaps the regret that we're having today, some of the manner in which things were handled. In fact, your party at the time was accused of using that scenario against the government of the day to get them out of power. Does it bother you in the manner in which politics is often used in the case of insecurity in this country?
I think I'm also bothered about the way the press easily buy into it without scrutinizing, because my understanding is that your business is not only to convey. You are not just a conveyor bet. You have to evaluate, educate, inform, and even correct mischiefs. If you hold the view that the Chibok girl was a farce, that nobody was abducted, then it was a political thing. But I think it is well established now that it was a fact. But it took, unfortunately, and I sympathize with President Jonathan when he said it's a scar. It really is. Because it took PDP government, under Jonathan, 2 weeks to acknowledge. I think at the point, the first lady has to take it upon herself to invite the principal to say, really, what happened in your school? If people trivialize later. But I saw a woman that was really concerned. Did this really happen? And I can tell you for free, I was privileged to be in the delegation of President Muhammadu Buhari to the White House under President Obama. And one of the things Obama said to us then was that incident, not the fact that 200 children were kidnapped from school, that was, according to him, like a bullet to the heart of the international community. But even more painful was that, to use his word, Abuja seems to be unaware that this happened. And there was a level of denial that nothing went wrong, it's just political talk. But everybody know that this was a fact. And so Washington came to the conclusion that there was no authority in Nigeria to talk to. And so they just felt there was no governance in Nigeria. This was Obama's word. And the current vice president was in that delegation. He can confirm what I've just said. And President Tinubu and Obama then went on to say, now, with you, President Tinubu, check that you are a man of integrity and medical ready to now do business with Nigeria, etc. But the point is that, don't say it was a political. If people were actually kidnapped, should we not speak to it? And at that time, this thing has not got it to this point. So I don't think it's all about politics. Some of the people have been released. So I think probably, I'm not sure of the timing now, whether release other Jonathan or other Buhari and so on. But one after the other, one is released today, 2 are released tomorrow, and so on and so forth. But the point is that I believe, having been a governor, no leader will be happy to have a situation in which any of his citizens is forcefully taken away or kidnapped or dehumanized in any way. No, it cannot be something that any leader. Yeah.
I'm due for another break.
Now you see Oshiomhole. It was very quick, easy for him to just explain and tell you this, tell you that. Like I said, full of lies. No, now, it gives Oshiomhole joy, or Oshiomhole is happy, or APC members, APC president, as the case may be, they are happy that a bag of rice was 10,000. Jenny Buhari was 10,000, 12,000, I think. Yes, it was below 20,000. Anyhow, the case may be, it was below 20,000 there. Jenny Jonathan, it was 6,500. Yes, 6,000, 6,400, 6,500. Jenny Jonathan, Tinubu's Buhari's government 8 years, he took it further up. Then it was 12,000, 15,000, below 20,000, something like that. Then APC came first day. Within one first year in office, that bag of rice that was less than 20,000 naira, it jumped to 120,000, 100,000, 110, 120, like that. Now, because of after 2 years of economic reforms, you say you are doing this, you are doing that. Now, you said things are getting better. Price of food and services are coming down. The price of that sale rice is now 60,000 naira. In some places, they buy 70,000 naira. Some places, 60,000 naira. Now you are happy that your government is doing well. And you want us to start rejoicing. Go on the street and start ringing bell that Tinubu government is not doing well. A bag of rice is now being sold at 70,000 naira. That's what Oshiomhole is doing now. And he's congratulating himself, his party members, that Tinubu is doing well. For a bag of rice to be sold at the rate of 70,000 naira. That's what he's saying. Now, you say you talk about your Edo state. It's the same Edo state that what has not happened in the history of this country in my state. Yet from the state, Oshiomhole from Aunchi side, and from the other side, in my village, normally before, if you drive, it took like 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes, or even less than 1 hour 30 minutes to drive down from Benin to my village there. 1 hour 30 minutes. But yes, the road is there. The road has been 40 bad. Dangote trucks damaged the road. It's been there. It was still manageable. Bad roads, potholes here and there. People were still managing. But now that managing is not there because you manage to dodge potholes. The roads are not good, especially if it rains, it's flooded. Then the kidnappers not join in this time of Tinubu. Kidnapper not join. Fulanis, they not hide in those bushes there where the roads are bad. Now it's not motorable. Nobody passes that road except Dangote trucks or some people who lives in that area. You can't travel in that road now to my village. For you to travel now, you have to go and travel 1,000 miles added to your journey before you get to your village. Even adding that 1,000 miles to your journey is not even guaranteed because that place is still risky. The road is still not good, still bushes. You can still be kidnapped there. Yes, I know what I'm saying. Now, of recent, I did a video, I reported many times. In my village, people can't go to the farm again. They are scared of their dead. Like 2, I think 4 of them has been kidnapped so far in my village. Under Tinubu government is on record. It has never happened in the history of Nigeria that in that community, even if we complain about bad government, price of food and services expensive, people were still happy doing their farming work. They go to the farm, they are happy. People there, they could farm and sell to the communities. But now it has reduced because they are scared of their dear life. 4 persons have been kidnapped. They went to the farm, Fulani or whatever. They kidnapped them. They demand ransom. The community has to contribute money. They started calling people, their brothers, sisters who lives outside the community to contribute money to release so and so person from the community. Do you understand? So like that. And now people are scared to go to the farm. The little farming what they're doing before, feeding themselves, selling to the community, looking after themselves, it has been reduced. So on to other communities. Are we talking about Kwara State now? Oshiomhole didn't speak about that. So he wants us to believe that government Tinubu is doing well. Now you are happy that Tinubu says subsidy gone, removal, he's doing well by increasing the price of fuel. Fuel that was less than 200 naira under Buhari is now being sold 8,000 plus, and you are happy because Tinubu says subsidy gone because it's reforming the country. Now it gives you joy because you want to have one exchange rate. You don't want multiple exchange rates. You don't want because you don't want the system to be corrupt again. You just want a system to be. You just want a direct system where somebody can just go have one exchange rate. It doesn't matter how long it costs. It doesn't matter the inflation. It doesn't matter the level of poverty that he's going to contribute to the country. You are happy to see dollars. You're happy to see your exchange rate collapse or your naira collapses. You are happy. That's nothing to write home about. That your currency is useless. You are happy that in some supermarkets, some stores, especially in some of these stupendous area, they don't sell in cash, even if they won't, because of the privileged ones and some others who are not privileged, rather, they now have machines if you want to pay in dollars, because those big boys, they hardly go out with naira because there's nothing. So if you want to buy in dollars, they give you machine for dollars. So they give you, if you want to pay in naira, they give you for naira. The price are there, dollar price and naira price. In Nigeria, where we don't use foreign currency, but now it's like very soon it might be legalized to start using dollars. And now Oshiomhole is happy that during that election season, that the frustration of naira, the CBN at that time, it was against their campaign because they didn't want them to win, to see money to campaign, all those things. Now you are happy. Reasons why your naira is even more depreciating when you are using 2 naira notes side by side. That's another irresponsibility. No country does that. When you have one note in 2 separate ways, like 2 different color, but it's one note, so you have it 2 different. So no, it's not working. It also gives opportunity for people to steal money. That's not what we're talking about. So whatever, everything you said, it does not change the realities. People on the street, the trenches, they know what they are feeling, how they are feeling. They know the effect of this government, what this government has been able to do to them, if this government has added any value to their lives. Do you understand? Are you the same school fees you're talking about? You say you not give opportunity, because whenever you ask these people, what has Tinubu done? 2 major things that comes to anybody mind as far as they are supporting Tinubu. 2 major things that we always come first for them is net fund, student loan, is coastal road that has not been completed, that only God knows when they are going to complete it. Then which third one is a palliative, 330 billion given to APC members. Do you understand? All those things are nonsense for me. It does not change anything. So the reality remains. Go and ask those market women, go and ask them how far waiting they saw. Those people will be able to tell you. Oshiomhole, watch everything you watch on the television. The important ones does not even come on the mainstream houses you see. Do you understand? So APC, anyways, there's no problem. Me, I know the truth. You don't need to tell me. Oshiomhole does not need to tell me. Tinubu don't need to tell me. If he gets better tomorrow, he don't need to tell me. I will still even be the one to say, you've done this. We never expected. You prove us. We're just wanting, we just expect. That's what we're expecting. Prove us wrong. That you can indeed deliver. You can do it. These rhetoric, these people every time lies to themselves, not Nigerians. We don't want this. Tinubu is not a pastor of hope, preaching hope every time. Deliver. When are you going to deliver on your mandate? 2 years gone. Anyways, please, what do you think? Let's leave Oshiomhole and APC members. I believe you know the truth already. You know the reality. As far as you live in this country called Nigeria, you should know. Even if you don't live in Nigeria yourself, your brothers, sisters, the rate at which they call you, the demands for something, you should know that, hey, it's not easy for them. Anyways, please share this video and please subscribe. I'm your guy now. Subscribe for more.